screw in his room, which is obviously contraband and very dangerous around here. They could file it down, hit you with it or anything, and it's fairly heavy if you want to hold it or whatever. So he's been banging on his doors, threatening that he's going to hurt first staff that comes into the room or one of the other residents who may try to come after him. Go in and take him out because he's disruptive. I'm sorry. They'll take him out of his room because he's being disruptive to the rest of the population and threatening all of them. So we're going to remove him to another secure location. So this pod will now calm down because he's off the mode.
How rare is it for something like that to happen?
How rare? You can have a lot in 1 week, or you could go several weeks and nothing. It's no 2 days are the same here. It really isn't. I mean, some days it's very calm, and then other days you have a code red, which is fire. You have a code green right after that, and then you could have a bomb threat in the next 10 minutes. It's just, and then like I said, you could go a couple weeks and have absolutely nothing go on. All the kids are well behaved, they're getting along. We do find that there are certain times of the year where things are worse than other times of the year. When the population goes up, when the population equals, if you have two different gangs and the numbers equal, then we have lots of problems. If one gang stays in power where they have the most people here, the other gang just kind of minds their own business and do whatever. But when they equal out, then everybody wants to show who's the strongest, who's going to take control, who runs it, so to speak.
So what's this kid's story?
He just had this boat, and they told on him, so now he's mad, so now he's threatening everybody. And when you're in your cell, you're brave. You're real brave. Yeah, I could take you on, I could take you on. But then when I come out, it's a whole different story. But like I said, he's disrupting the whole population. He's got the kids in the room yelling and screaming. He's got these guys yelling and screaming, and he's making threats. So for the safety of the staff and for all the kids here, we're just going to remove him to another area.
And that was a code green?
Code green, yes.
Explain code green.
Code green is, we have 4 codes, blue, red, white, and green. White is a bomb, red is fire, blue is bad weather, like tornadoes in the area. Green is we have a situation where we need backup. We need extra personnel to come down and help out. It's for the safety of the kid, and it's for the safety of the staff. So we bring in as many people as we can to help out. Obviously, we didn't need all of them, but again, it's for the safety of the kid. Now, the kid can't make an allegation. You tried punching him or anything, we did our SOP.
So now where will they take him?
To Charlie Delta. And he'll probably go to the end of the hall where he can't be as disruptive.
And Juvenile Delta, we've spent time down there, is a little different than this pod.
Yes, it is. This is a newer pod. This was part of our new renovations about 7 years ago that we did. And if you see a cell, they're much, much nicer here. And everybody wants to be down here. You have more interaction because you can actually see the day room right here from your cell. Whereas when you're on the wings, it's a hallway. You can't see anybody but the person across the hall from you.
Have you had problems with that particular kid before, or?
He's been on Charlie Delta before, and then he's earned the privilege to come back and mix with this group of residents. And then I'm sure he'll go down there, he'll earn his way back, and that's just the nature of being in here.
So many of these kids just have so much anger, and that always seems to be what gets them in trouble. They tell us that time and time again, they can't control their anger.
That is true. That pretty much is the bulk majority of them. And we do, as staff, it's not just being a guard here and just feeding you and getting you up and everything. We do try to talk to them and talk to them about the different things going on in their life and try to give them some wisdom that we've learned and stuff like that. Sometimes it works and you have great success stories. Sometimes we don't know what happened till we read you're dead or you're across the street in the adult jail. So you just don't know.
Do you know how old that kid was?
I believe he's like 16, 17 years old. So. And he's been here for a while. And that starts to get to you for a while too. If you know the outcome of whatever's going to happen to you, there's a sense of peace in that. I'm either going to go to DOC, or I get to go home, or I get to go to placement. When you have no idea what's going to happen to you, you do start to go stir crazy a little bit. What's going to happen? Am I going here? Am I going here? But once you're told, okay, I resign myself. This is where I'm going. I will deal with that when I get there.
So for people who've never been in this environment before and they watch these shows on TV, we get this comment that they're just amazed that this world sort of exists inside these walls. What's it like for you working here, and are you ever concerned for your own safety?
Actually, really, I'm not. There's a certain respect for females in here. I mean, when they're in the room and you're the one that locked them up, you're called obviously derogatory names and everything. But for the most part, they don't. Most of these gentlemen come from single parent homes, and it's the females running it. So there is a certain amount of respect. For me, I'm also the PE teacher when I'm not helping out back here. So I play basketball, and that's unusual that you have a young female, not that I'm young, but a female who can play basketball, and I do interact with them. I do talk to them on a day-to-day basis. Hey, what's going on? What happened at court today? How do you feel about that? So I have a certain amount of rapport with them, and a lot of us do. So it is a little bit safer. For the most part, they're really going after each other. They're not really trying to come after staff. Now, that's not always the case. You know, they're most definitely where they will go after you. Or if I'm trying to stop you from going after another resident, you will have no problem knocking me down, pushing me out of the way, or doing whatever to get to that person. Or if you're still mad that I'm the one that locked you up, then you may try to come after me. I really haven't had that problem. I've had threats, but I've never actually had a kid come after me.
Have you ever been scared to come to work?
No, never.